Hello everybody, welcome back to more Danganronpa. The last episode was a hell of an episode. The trial was on a timer apparently, and we were not able to find the true killer. So they all voted for Kyoko because we brought up the issue that she was lying, and that got us a bad ending of sorts. So we were like, no, this isn't right, so we redid it. And turns out Makoto could not clear his name in time, and everyone voted for him, and he was almost getting ready to be crushed in the execution, but Chihiro AI came to save the day, and we did not get crushed, but we fell down a large garbage shaft that our body was going to go into anyway. So we're not dead, as far as I know, and yeah, this game just got a whole lot weirder. The massive high school towers over all the buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It is built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Ugh. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was far too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I gonna be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. After all my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. I keep calling it AI, I never remember its name. And he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't just give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of there. Oh, there's a door with a lock. It's locked, of course. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Ew. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I could drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. Look, I'm blocked in on all sides. It's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was the only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think it was a full day. I had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It's like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, but not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did somebody fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Let's check it out. I carefully stretched my hand out to whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash, rude. God, my girlfriend says that, rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
You got something in your hair. What are you doing here?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. Okay, what are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. Got something in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Oh my god, you're a lifesaver. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Thank you. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, so what are you doing here? Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, second time around I didn't. First time I did. That was a bad thing to do. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I...
Abandoned you. Don't say it. You didn't abandon me. I mean, you guys didn't leave me to die, almost, but... No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but... There was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Okay, yeah, you're telling me now, okay? No more secrets. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. I've been rotting in this pit of garbage for God knows how long. You telling me everything you know. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible.
Huh?
Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? Yeah, I do. We just replayed it. The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I came to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems too much convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Why would they do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. Okay, but what if you say it's true, then why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you? I mean, come on, we all want to get out of the school too.
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away, plus there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. Oh man, wouldn't that be wild? What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal out of it, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, can we? Mastermind? One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. Why is she trusting me? In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see... Your intuition's right though, there's no way some ordinary kid like me could ever be a mastermind of anything.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Just like this had before, but... Why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for your help in the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh, what is that? You mentioned your ability. Let me guess, like the ultimate detective or something, right? Some silly thing like that. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. Haha! I'm right on the money. Ultimate detective. The ultimate detective, like Sherlock Holmes type stuff, right?
correct.
Oh man, those are such good stories. If you guys never read any Sherlock Holmes stories, you should read them. They're really good. And for the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy, someone I had to find here in the school. Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Whoa, hello. Dropping the bombs on me. Seriously? That's why she knew the headmaster wasn't the mastermind.
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad? Hope's Peak headmaster? Well, then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, we'll find the headmaster.
no matter what?
The cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I did not say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Well, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, and the disc drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I'd figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? I mean, that part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school was more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Well, since you have a key that can unlock anything, can you open that damn door so I can get out of the stench? Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. What? I'm talking to her, man. Just let me keep the conversation going. Stop making me click on it all the time, game. Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and no monitors. Damn it. I gotta get a new controller. This one keeps disconnecting and it's really frustrating. Okay. Oh, I already saw this part. Okay.
However...
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusawa, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I did not kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
That's right.
And yet, they had an innocent person almost get killed. With the minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Yeah, but they had a fake trial just to get you killed, and then they say you were the killer. You know, that's not breaking the rules. I don't know what is. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. They couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusawa. And what's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Me? I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Oh man. During the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. Okay, no need to get philosophical on us. What are you talking about? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
What the hell does that even mean? Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I interviewed immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind won't use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Mukuro is the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event you're talking about.
That's right.
What happened a year ago? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through with this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Cool.